how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is another 3 looks with 3 different palettes. I have 3 totally different vibes, 3 totally different palettes coming at you. I'm gonna be doing 1 look with each. I'll be doing swatches, close-ups, all that good stuff. I'm very excited to share all this with you. As always, I do intend on doing another look over on like Instagram and YouTube Shorts as soon as I can, so just stay tuned. There'll be more inspo coming your way. And overall, I'm just super excited. If you are curious about any of the accessories I'm wearing for this look, this will be in look number 2, and I give my accessory details for each look in particular. But I don't want to babble too much. I want to just get into it and share with you these palettes, what we're going to be playing with today, and we're just going to have some fun. First, we have the Mystique palette from Alter Ego. This is a very colorful, very bright kind of situation. This is, I believe, a dupe from the Natasha Denona Cirque Loco, if I'm not mistaken. Very bright, very punchy, very summer. I'm really excited about the colors in this one. And this palette has already launched, by the way. I'll have all 3 of the palettes as well as any discount codes if I have any linked down below for you. Next, we have the Crow palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. This is so pretty. I'm so excited to have this one in my hands. It's gorgeous. I love all the shimmers. I've really been impressed with Wicked Widow in the past, and I'm so happy to have their newest launch. This was actually a full collection as well. I believe there's lipsticks, a highlighter, I think brushes as well. I only personally got the palette, but there is more to the collection if you're interested, and I believe this collection is on pre-order currently. I think the initial stock sold out really fast, but it is available for pre-order now, and it's just so fun. Very grungy, smoky, grays, reds, bluish tones, that kind of thing. It's very fun. And last but certainly not least, we have the Coastal palette from Simply Posh Cosmetics. This one is actually launching today, the day this video gets uploaded at 4 p.m. EST. I'll have, again, everything linked and the launch details for this in particular down below, because I don't think it'll have launched yet, but it is coming today, the day that I post this. This is so cute. We have very much like muted beachy vibes. We have light mattes at the top, darker mattes at the bottom, and all the beautiful shifty shimmers in the middle. I really like the way they organize their palettes. It's very aesthetically pleasing. I was very impressed with their Winter Cozy Cabin palette. I was super impressed with the Aurora palette, and now we have the beachy one, and this is just so cute. I love that it's beachy but colorful. It's not just sandy browns with 1 blue. This is very much more my speed when it comes to a beachy vibe. I am really excited about this one. At this moment, I haven't played with this one, but obviously I will by the time this video ends, and I just can't wait to dig into it. So yeah, that's the overview of the 3 palettes. Now, let's just hop in and actually play with them, create a look with each. Strong feeling, each look is gonna be so drastically different because these palettes are all just such completely different vibes, and I feel like that makes it so much fun. We're just gonna see what we get up to. All right, friends, let's get into look number 1. I wanna first start with the Mystique palette from Alter Ego. I believe this is a dupe for the Cirque Loco by Natasha Denona, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have that palette though, so I can't compare. But yeah, this is the vibe. Super cute, very vibrant, very colorful. I want to do something kind of pink and orange, maybe with a splash of blue in the front. I think that could be fun, so we're gonna dive in. But before I forget my accessory details for look number 1, I think this necklace is Shop Sun & Co. And I honestly have no clue where these earrings are from. They are 1,000 years old. I'm just going to prime with my neutral pigment base from Profusion. I'm just taking a little bit and blending it out across my lids. All right, so I think I wanna start with Untamed, the pale pink. And I'm just gonna focus this all in the outer like half of my lid. This is a Sigma E40 brush. I'm gonna tuck it a little on that lower lash as well. This is just gonna help that darker pink blend into it easier, and I'm gonna have that orange kind of playing in the front. It's gonna be a fun, bright little summery moment. This pink is very pale. This basically looks like my skin. All right, let's take the darker pink now, Flora. I'm very attracted to this bright pink. It's very cute. Using my E24 from Sigma, I'm just gonna kind of focus this kind of just in like that whole outer half of my lid. I am gonna have shimmer on the lid too, but I just want this to kind of start to form that splash of color. That's looking pretty darn cute, I must say. I like it, I like it. I'm just gonna kind of feather that upward toward the tail of my brow. And I'm just gonna kind of make a cocktail of both on that fluffy brush. And I'm just going to blend at the edge. That is really pretty. Those are blending beautifully. All right, let's move into some orange with Papaya. I'm gonna use my Game Beauty E06 for this, and I'm just going to kind of just run this through that front half of the crease. I just want it to flow into that pink That is super cute, very juicy. I love a pink orange combo. There's just something about it. It's so good. Let's do some shimmer now. I'm gonna take my NYX Glitter Primer, of course. I'm gonna use this little E55 flat brush from Sigma, and I'm just going to tap this all over my lids. Not doing anything cut creasy. I just want, again, just kind of a blend of orange and pink. I think it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna have Wild in the outer half and Feisty in the inner half. So it just kind of mimics what we did in the crease. I'm actually gonna grab Feisty first, that orange. That's such a pretty orange. Ooh, that's good. Nice little metallic moments. And I'll flip that brush over and grab some of Wild. And I'm going to run this on the outer half. I will say I feel like these shimmers feel a little thicker than usual, but they still look pretty nice. Maybe these specific shimmers are just a little more on the metallic side than the sparkle side, and that's fine. I'm very much liking this very bright, kind of juicy summer thing. It's good. So I really want to use Sky, but if you know, you know. Alter Ego's creamy matte formula that they do in their palettes, which is supposedly representative of Natasha Denona's formula, I don't personally like. I feel like it's just very lackluster. It just never ends up looking as pigmented as it looks in the pan. It's always very sheer. So if I don't end up liking this, I'll top the blue shimmer on top of it. But I'm going to attempt it. So this is the Singe E01. It's just so light, which it's supposed to be a pale blue, but I just feel like it looks even more pale than the pan, you know? I feel like I want a little more punch than that, because really I'd like for this to kind of go underneath. I'm just gonna really try to build this up and see what I can get it to. It's gonna take many dips. It's getting there. I just don't know, guys. It's okay. It's not bad. Yeah, I just like, it's okay. I just feel like up close, it doesn't even look super smooth. It looks a little bit chunky. It's not horrible, but I do think I want to add the shimmer Rare. On the bright side, I think there's only 2 of those creamy shades. I think it's just this one and this one. Everything else seems to be a shimmer, matte, or metallic. But still, it's just such a shame, you know? So I'm just going to take some of Rare. That shimmery blue. Oh yeah, that has so much more punch to it. It's just so pretty. I truly wish they would just stop with the creamy matte formula. Like, I know that they're trying to replicate Natasha, but I don't like it. Like, just give us mattes and shimmers. Their mattes and shimmers are really good. Like, we don't need this nonsense. This is the vibe. Let me put on my face highlighter now. I think for this whole video, I'm gonna use my Blend Bunny. I think for today, I'll use Apparition. It has a little bit of a blue shift. I think that'll go nicely with my inner corner. This is my Lethal 125 fan brush. Oh, it's just so sparkly. Oh my gosh, I might have picked up too much on my brush, but that's okay. I'll just blend. It'll all be fine. All right, I just need lashes, an eye pencil, and a lip. I shall return. Here's the look number 1. I think it came out really fun. It's very punchy, very bright, very cool. Even though that like inner corner wasn't like giving me the most until I added the shimmer, I still like the overall look. I like the metallic pink and orange. I think this is fun, just very cheerful, very bright. The eye pencil I ended up using is Pattaya from Oden's Eye. These lashes are Rain Cloud from Likely Makeup. And on my lips today, I went with Cactus Flower Lip Clay from Kaleidos. Just wanted to keep playing with that pink. I was feeling the vibe, so here we are. Let's move on now to look number 2. All right, friends, look number 2. I want to play with the Crow palette from Wicked Widow. It's just so pretty. I love all the different shimmers that are in here. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So many cool shades. Literally, because there's lots of cool tones in here. And then the splashes of red. This is so fun. But before I forget my accessory details, just an old basic choker. And then I wanted my little crow earrings to go with the vibe. These are from Spooky Doodle Club. And I know someone's gonna be mad that I don't play with the reds in this look. I do wanna play with the reds, just not today specifically. I'm not in a red mood, and I feel like the red with the blue, that's just gonna be very patriotic, and that's not the vibe I'm feeling right now. So I wanna lean into like the blue that's in the earrings, play with the blacks, the grays, some of those bluish, sparkly shimmers. I think it'll be really pretty. So let's dive into it. Again, I'm just gonna prime with my Profusion neutral pigment base. I'm feeling dark, I'm feeling dramatic, I'm feeling like it's gonna be such a fun vibe. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so drastically different from look number 1. So I think I wanna start with Revenge, this like very dark kind of blue-gray. I'm gonna use my Sigma E25 for this, just gonna load my brush up. And I'm just gonna start kind of packing and blending this in the outer corner of the eye. I'll kind of create a little bit of a, it's not gonna be a wing, like a fat wing. I just want it to kind of angle upward. I don't really wanna bring this through the front of my crease if I can avoid it. And I'm just gonna kind of build this up and pat. This is very pigmented. It seems like it's already starting to blend really well on its own. So that's nice to know. That's gonna work really well in my favor. I have not seen the original Crow movie in a very long time. I've been itching to rewatch it. My local theater is actually playing it for a day next week. I thought it was yesterday. It wasn't yesterday. Showed up looking like a fool. But I'm very excited. Zane's never seen it, so I figured a theater visit would be a fun way to introduce him to that. And I'm pretty excited for the new one. Like, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I love Bill Skarsgård, and I don't know, it seems interesting, so we'll see when it actually comes out. I know this looks absolutely ridiculous, but I'm already kind of into the vibe. I wanna go ahead and just smoke out my waterline really quick. I'm just gonna smudge this all up in my waterline and right below my lashes. And then I'm just gonna take this Sigma E42. I have nothing on it. I'm just going to kind of smooth out that liner before I start going in with my black shadow. It's funny, we are actually going to the movies tonight, but we're seeing Garfield. This is not gonna match the vibe, but that's fine. It matches my soul. I'm just gonna take a little tiny bit more of Revenge on that first brush. And I wanna just kind of run this along the edge of that before I add in my black as well, just to start getting a little bit of something to help blend it out. Ooh, this is already looking so cool. I just love a moody, dark, kind of gothy look. I think it's so fun. It's like some days I want to be cutesy and whimsical and pink, and other days I want to look like it's not a phase. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the black that's in the palette, Crow, down here. I'm gonna take that same small Sigma brush I used to help smudge out my liner, and I'm just going to really intensify the very outer corner of this lid. Just really packing that on. I'm using very light motions and very light pressure just to kind of blur that into that first shade that I laid down. Oh yeah, this is good. And I'm gonna do the same to that lower lash line, just kind of along that lash line. We're looking a little sloppy in the best way. I'm gonna take that first Sigma brush that I used with that gray, no additional product, and I'm just going to just kind of lightly spread that black out a little bit more and just kind of blur it all together before I go in with my lightest gray to blend it out. And I think I want to take Trivial Things, the lightest gray. I'm just going to use that on the Spectrum B07 brush. And I just want to use this just to kind of smooth out the very edges of everything. I'll even put a little in that front crease of my lid as well. And I just want to use this to lightly blur at those edges just a little bit more, just to kind of complete everything, get it nice and soft. I'm already loving this so much. It's been a while since I've done like a black smoky look, I think. Maybe it hasn't been that long. I feel like I do this fairly often, at least the smoky lower lash line. But I like this. I like this a lot. I'm just so impressed with how easy these blended out. This was such a treat to do. It was so nice. I'm gonna take my NYX Glitter Primer now so we can shimmer this up. I'm just gonna take this Luxie brush, the 213. I'm going to slap it all over my eyeballs. This will just, as always, help keep everything in place and help the shimmers pop to their fullest potential. I've been doing it for years. I have red all over my fingers. How long has that been there? So I think my plan is to use Vengeance on the outer half and then Angels on the inner half. I just think that'll be so pretty. These sparkles look so good. So let's give it a shot. I think I want to start with Angels, the lightest one. That's good. That's really, really good. That's gonna go over the majority of my lid. Oh, that's so pretty. Ooh, yeah, this was a good decision. I feel like that just, it goes so well with the earrings. It's so nice. And I'm just gonna flip that same brush over and grab a little bit of Vengeance. There are the prettiest like little holographic looking sparkles in this. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna take and just kind of tippy tap this on the outer half of the lid. This is just gonna blend into those mattes really nicely and just kind of create some more dimension with these shimmers. I'm kind of going back and forth between both sides of the brush, Just trying to merge these together to get a nice seamless blend. And I'll just take a fluffy brush from before to make sure those are all blending together nicely. Look at how cool that is. All those sparkles. I love that. Just for fun, what if we did Devil's Night on that lower lash line? Just like a little silver moment. I'm gonna take this little Alter Ego number 7 brush. Just gonna grab some of that silver. And let's just have a little, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, wet, sparkly silver on the lower lash line is always a good idea, mark my words. That's just so cool. I always want a little bit of lower lash line shimmer in the front. I just think it looks awesome. And then for the inner corner, I gotta use Shelly. Why not? I feel like that's just perfect. Just going to use my little Game Beauty brush and brighten up this inner corner. Oh, that's gorgeous. It has the prettiest blue shift in it too. Oh, I love. I'm really glad I went the blue-gray route for this look. I'm just super, super pleased with it. Let's throw a little face highlighter on now with my Blend Bunny palette. And I'm thinking I use the same shade, the Apparition, because it has the blue shift that I used in look number 1, because it matches. Oh yeah, Sparkle City, that is gorgeous. I'm just going to throw on my lashes and figure out what lip I want. And I'll return. I threw on my little Witchwood Bags hat to complete it. I felt like it just matched the energy so well. These lashes are the style Bedroom from Likely Makeup, and I just had to do a black lip with this look. I feel like it would have been illegal for me not to. So this is Cricket from Menagerie. I just love it. I love how just grungy and dark and sultry it is. It's all so good. I'm loving this look. I had so much fun with this palette. I can't wait to play with it more. I do plan on doing a look probably on like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts as soon as I can, where I play with a lot of those reds. So just stay tuned for that. I'm very excited. This is very impressive so far. But we still have one more look to do in this video, so let's move on now to look number 3. All right, look number 3. I'm gonna be playing with the Coastal palette, and I'm so excited. I definitely am attracted to like the blues and greens in the middle. I do want to incorporate a little bit of this guy, maybe this in the inner corner, something like that. That's kind of what I'm feeling today. As far as my accessory details, this is just the same old basic choker, and then these earrings are from Intuitive Wisdom. One's supposed to be black and one's supposed to be white, but they're kind of flip-flopped. I really need to add another like loop so that they hang the right direction. But anyways, let's get into the look. Again, as always, I'm just gonna prime to start with. I'm still using my Profusion pigment base in the shade Neutral. I'm thinking I'm gonna do something kind of like cut creasy today. I don't know why, that just feels fun. So I wanna go in with Sea Breeze. That's gonna be kind of my middle shade of this cut crease blendy situation. I'm gonna use this E02 brush from Fantasy Cosmetica, and I'm just gonna go right into that crease. Oh, that is such a good color. That is so pretty. And I'm just gonna go from inner to outer, kind of flicking up toward the tail. And I'm not worried at all about what my lid looks like because it's gonna get cut and cleaned up anyways. I'm more so focused on the blend upward, but this is only just our first shade. So mostly I'm just placing this where I want it to be. And then we'll deepen up and blend out from there. But kind of inching it up toward that tail. Very nice. Let's start blending this out a little bit. I want to take Seaside. I'm going to use this Sigma E42 brush. I'm just going to kind of go on what I just did. I kind of have the tip pointed down, just kind of slowly building and blending that lighter shade around the edges, just to get that a little bit more smooth. I'm gonna deepen up a little bit now with Deep Sea. I'm gonna use this little Game Beauty E09 brush, just something super teeny and precise, just to kind of go in and add a little bit more depth and dimension before I cut everything. I just like there to be a really nice contrast kind of going on toward the bottom. And then I'll basically just go down my line with my previous brushes, just making sure everything is blending really nicely and doing what I want it to do before we move on. Because once we've kind of cut the crease, it's a little hard to kind of go back and do more. This is kind of our finish line here. All right, let's move on to some shimmer now. I'm feeling good about this crease. It's very bold and I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and take my NYX Glitter Primer. And I'm gonna use this ColourPop brush, this E3, this kind of flat brush. And I'm just going to start kind of plopping this glitter primer on the lid, and I'm gonna kind of trace out where I want my cut to be And when I'm doing this, it kind of helps clean up a little bit, like it like kind of erases things a smidge. So it makes it a little bit easier to really define that line. But I am also gonna go in with a little bit of a, I think a white graphic liner at the end of all this to make it really crisp as well. So using that same sticky brush, I wanna first dip into Paradise, this beautiful seafoam. Look how pretty, oh my goodness. I'm just going to start tracing this right up against that cut. Oh, this shade is so pretty. Simply Posh's shimmers are simply amazing. They're just so glitzy and glimmery and beautiful. I love them. Kind of drag this on the whole front half of the lid. I might use another shimmer in the mix as well, but for now I just want to start with this guy. Just kind of going in really meticulously, trying to get that line nice and crisp. And then I'll just kind of start dragging this outward. Kind of like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of salt water just on my finger. I'll show you the shade in a second. I got into the mix too much before I picked up the palette. But I'm just going to kind of pat this toward like the lower part of my lid by my lashes just to add a little bit of dimension. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. It didn't change things too much. It just added a little bit of extra interest. It was this shade right there. And then I'm just gonna take a clean fluffy brush just to blend at the edge of that shimmer so that it kind of just blends off into my skin. I want to go ahead and add my graphic liner because I'm not sure exactly what I want to do for the lower lash line, and I'm hoping doing this will help me decide. So this is just my white liner from Profusion. It's really hard for me to do this without a mirror close to my face, but I'm just gonna try to just sort of follow my cut as best as I can. Oh, this is the sloppiest job I've ever done. It's a little wonky. I'm literally gonna have to get super close to a tiny mirror, but that's the general gist. And I'm just gonna go in and kind of smooth that out and do it properly. All right, it is done. It's as close as it's gonna get. This side's a little wonky, but you know, it's fine. They're sisters, not twins. Life's not perfect. But it is making me feel like I'm kind of liking just the upper lid. Like I might add like some splash of color in the inner corner, but I kind of like this. Like, I don't know if I even want anything on the lower lash line. So I was thinking, what if I did Serene in like the main inner corner and then I put a little bit of Sunset kind of draping underneath? I think that could be fun. So let's give it a shot. I think I'll start with Sunset actually. I'm just gonna take this little Blend Bunny B2 pencil brush and I'm just going to pop a little splash of this just in that front little corner of that lower lash line. Like nothing overwhelming. Just like a tiny little moment of it. And now grabbing some Serene, this is gonna go in that main inner corner. Ooh, that's pretty, that's very wet looking. I like it. So now I just need some highlighter. Again, going in with that Blend Bunny palette. What do I want today? I feel like this is too dark for me, but this could be cool. It could tie in that lower lash line. I feel like it's too dark for me though. I'm always scared of that shade. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, I add something light on top of it. I'm just gonna grab a tiny, tiny little bit of it. I'm not going in on my nose first because I'm scared it'll be too dark. Okay, that's not bad. I feel like this is one of the ones that just looks more intimidating in the pan. Oh, but that's quite nice. And I feel like that ties together that inner corner really well. I'm actually really happy with that color. Why am I always scared of that color? If you have this palette and you're scared of that color, don't be. It's beautiful. Wow, yeah, that's really cute. All right, well now the look is complete. I just need to, well, I guess it's not complete because I need to throw on my lashes and eye pencil, probably something to kind of match that lower lash line, something on my lips, and then I'll be back when I'm actually complete. Here's look number 3 complete. I really like how this came out. I love the contrast of like that very teal crease with the graphic liner and then the shimmery lid, that little pop of pink on the lower lash line. I think it's all so cute. I ended up going with Plum Smash Pencil from ColourPop for my waterline. It just kind of fit that vibe of that little pop of color. These lashes are the Bedroom lashes from Likely Makeup again. And then my lip combo today, I kind of wanted to go with the oranginess that was on my cheeks. So I went with the Cinnamon Pencil from Lawless and the Bring the Bling Butter Gloss Bling from NYX over top of it. I really, really like this gloss. So much so that I may have made another Ulta purchase recently and got a couple more shades. They're just so pretty. I love the sparkle, I love the softness. These are really good. And yeah, this is the third and final look complete. Let's zoom out and I'll give you my thoughts so far on all three palettes. Thank you so much for watching my video. I had a lot of fun creating these three looks, three completely different palettes, three completely different vibes. I'm very curious which was your favorite. Which look did you like the most? Which palette are you vibing with the most? If I had to pick a favorite look, it would probably be look 2. I really liked that look I did with the Wicked Widow palette. It was just smoky and dark and dramatic, but I'm also feeling really good about this one. And I really liked how bright and punchy look number 1 was. I don't know. I might have to give it to look number 2. But let's go over these palettes again. We have that Mystique palette, the Natasha Denona dupe from Alter Ego. Very punchy, very loud, very bright, very vibrant. I had fun with this one, but overall, I hate the cream matte formula so much. They just are never as pigmented as they are in the pan. They don't give a lot of payoff. It's just so frustrating. I wish they would just do shimmers and mattes because they're really pretty. I really like their shimmers. For the most part, I had fun with this, but I definitely have some nitpicky gripes with it, that's for sure. The Crow palette was such a treat to play with. This is beautiful. It's dark and dramatic and moody. I loved those like bluey toned sparkly shimmers. Even though I didn't use the reds in look number 2, I still like the reds a lot. I think they're beautiful. I love like the different variations of tone with the grayish and then these grayy browns down here. I think it's very aesthetically pleasing. It's very gorgeous and I had a lot of fun playing with it. The formulas were beautiful. I had such an easy time blending out those blacks and grays and the shimmers were just unreal. The Coastal palette from Simply Posh. I love this look. I had so much fun playing with this one today. I'm excited to play with more of these tones. Like I really like these dusty like grayish and yellows. Like I really kind of want to do a look pairing those together because it's so weird and contrasting and very, very cool. The shimmers are just unreal. Like they're so glossy looking on the lids. They're so pretty. And the mattes blend beautifully. They're very soft and very blendable. I've had a good time getting to know Simply Posh and this was a really fun launch. So overall, I feel like I had fun in this video. I liked how I created very different looks and I got to play with very different formulas and it was just a fun time. But again, I would just love to hear your thoughts. Did you already pick any of these up? Do you plan to? Again, the Simply Posh one launches later today. I believe some of their other palettes are also restocking today. I think it was at 4 p.m. EST. Again, the launch details and all of the palettes will be linked down below for you. If you made it to the end of this video, out of these 3 palettes, which one is your favorite? Leave emojis that represent that palette. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And if you want, you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. And if you wanna, you can join my channel memberships. Link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only video once a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.